So, as you know, not everybody is going to like that homemaker set. The reason why we start there is because it's a very good way to gauge where they're at. Gauge if that's the right set for them, or if they want more knives, if they need less knives, if there's a couple knives they wouldn't get the most value out of. Statistically, out of 10 customers who buy Cutco, only 2 out of those 10 bought a homemaker set. And so, one thing I want you to think about is that most people are going to say no to the homemaker, and that's okay. We sold 29,000 homemaker sets last year, just in Classic. However, we sold 19,000 galley sets, which is the one right underneath, which means that 19,000 people said no to the homemaker and then said yes to the galley. So when customers say no, that's a knee jerk reaction. Like when you're at a restaurant and they say, hey, do you want to see dessert menu? Almost immediately, people say no. Hey, do you need help finding something when you're at the store? Almost immediately, people are going to say no. And that's just a knee jerk reaction. So, whenever you ask for the order on the homemaker site, you're going to get a few knee jerk reactions, and those are going to sound like, hey, that's just too expensive. I can't really afford that right now. Hey, can I think about that? I'm just not exactly sure. I need to talk to my husband. That's just too expensive for me. We just spent a lot of money on the holiday or the car or school or college, or you can insert your reason there. Okay, that's what a knee jerk reaction sounds like. One thing I want you to remember, and one thing I want you to know, is that not now means never. If they don't get any Cutco today, statistically, they never will. My aunt. I love my aunt. And on my fast start, I went and saw my aunt, and I was at the homemaker set. Her favorite color is red. She goes, Ron, I love this homemaker set. I definitely want to get it in red. Can you call me back in 2 weeks so I can get it closer to Father's Day? I said, Auntie, I'm a new representative at this point. I said, Auntie, that's no problem at all. I'm going to go ahead and in the demo here, I'll call you back in 2 weeks. Well, to date, it's been a number of years since that, 7 plus, and she has no Cutco in her home at all. And it's not that we don't talk. Like I said, I still love my aunt. It's that when we left that presentation, her value for Cutco went down. Remember, your customers aren't going through a full training process to learn why Cutco is phenomenal. They're getting a quick 45 to 60-minute presentation. That's all they're getting. And so as soon as you leave that presentation, all they're going to remember is the price. And as we discussed, when the value is here and the price is higher in comparison, that's when people say no. So if they don't get anything, then they are most likely not going to come back and get any Cutco at all, statistically. I want you to know as well that on average, customers need to say no 4 to 5 times before they say yes. Their average customer will say no 4 to 5 times before they say yes. And a lot of representatives give up after the 3rd or the 4th no. They don't ever get to the opportunity to get a yes. See, if somebody says no to a homemaker because it has too many knives, should I get discouraged or should I get excited that I have a smaller option for her? You should get excited because you're leading to that yes, finding the option that's most comfortable with her, and you're now starting to close with her. When somebody says no to a homemaker, are they saying no to everything or just no to that homemaker set? Remember, a customer hasn't seen a galley set. A customer hasn't seen any of the starter sets. A customer isn't even aware that it's possible to customize that homemaker set for them. So all they're saying is no to that one option you've shown them. It's our job to show them everything. See, whenever a customer says no, and that's that knee-jerk reaction, I want you to know that there's really only 2 reasons why somebody won't say yes to the option you're showing them. Only 2 reasons. Number 1 is that it's too much and they can't afford it. They're not comfortable with that price. Or 2, they wouldn't use everything in that set. They're not comfortable with the pieces. Because if you think about it, if somebody says, hey, I need to think about that homemaker set, let's take a moment. What do they need to think about? They need to think about either how much it costs and if they're comfortable spending that, or if they're going to use everything that comes in it. Is there really anything else they would need to consider? They know what color handles they can get. They know how many payments they can do. That's really it. Let's say somebody says they want to talk to their spouse. Cool, totally understand. Well, again, what do you think they want to talk to their spouse about? Or do they think their spouse is going to say? One, too much money that they spent, or two, they're not going to use everything in the set. Those are generally the only two reasons why somebody won't get the option you're showing them. So if somebody says no to the homemaker because it's too much money for their budget right now, or it's too many pieces that they would use, a great option is to show them something smaller in the galley set. Show them something smaller in the galley set. Because isn't a galley set less pieces than a homemaker? Isn't a galley set going to be less money than a homemaker set? Wouldn't a starter set be subsequently less and less pieces than the two sets above it? Wouldn't customizing their option be less pieces and less money than the options before it? 100%. 100%. So I want you to remember that it's not about selling homemaker sets and selling nothing. It's about showing and selling everything. Honestly, I selfishly enjoy when representatives skip steps because it makes it super simple for me to come over and upgrade customers to a set. So I love doing presentations. The customer goes, man, I never knew you had starter sets because the representative that showed me, he only showed me the homemaker set and then sold me my favorite knife. If I had known there was a smaller set, I would have just bought that. So save yourself some money, save yourself some trouble, show them everything, okay? Show them everything. We're going to talk about the concept of halftime in a moment. And one thing I really, really want you to remember is that new representatives don't make sales because they have advanced sales skills. New representatives make sales because they read the script and call the office. New representatives don't make sales because they have advanced sales skills. New representatives make sales because they read the script and call the office. See, the coaches that you're calling into have sold thousands of dollars worth of Cutco. Thousands of dollars worth of Cutco. They've been through their fast start just like you're getting ready to start. They've been through multiple push opportunities for them to grow themselves and grow their skill set. They've sold multiple $1,000s worth of Cutco. So when you call them, they'll be sharing their experience to you, even though you're at 0 or 1 or 3 or 4K in sales this weekend. So make sure that you're calling in as much as you can, and halftime is a very crucial space to do so. See, with halftime, when you get here, and your manager will tell you where to write this in your manual, halftime, at this point, you'll let your customer know, hey, Ms. Jones, this is halftime. Let me call my manager to give them an update and see if we have any deals. That's it. See, you've seen those spy movies, I'm sure, where they have a person in their ear kind of telling them what to do so the mission goes successfully. Well, I'm sure you'd agree that everybody will want that person in their ear telling them what to do to make sure that the mission goes successfully. That's us on your presentations. The more you call, the more you sell. New representatives don't sell Cutco because they have advanced sales skills. They sell Cutco because they follow the program, they read the manual, and they call the office. So what we're going to cover now is a live drop-down where you'll actually get a chance to see your manager do the drop-down process and show you what it's like to show each of the options to your customer.